Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today we're gonna have a look at the palm trees that I've been working on for the last couple of weeks, which are going to my Lego City Beach. Those of you who watch my city tour will know that so far I really didn't have any good palm trees, so this is what I came up with. These designs that I came up with are a mixture of my own thoughts and creativity, as well as some building techniques that I've seen in videos and conventions over time. It's not a direct copy of any design, but it's just, different ideas mixed together to create something new and interesting. It took me a lot longer than I expected initially to create these designs, and now I came up with 4 in total. I will only be using one of them, I think, on the beach. It would be a bit too chaotic to mix different designs, I think. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. And also, let me know which of these designs is your favorite. I will let you know which is mine at the end of the video, so hopefully we're gonna pick the same one, but yeah, we will see. So let's have a look at the first design, which is a bit different from the others, as this is like a different variety of palm tree, with the trunk that's a little bit wider but upright. And you may notice I used reddish brown and dark brown pieces here. That's because I didn't have enough of either. So if I would put these in the city, it would definitely be one or the other and not a mix of both. And on top we have some different colored leaves to make it a little bit more interesting. I'm not sure if the camera really picks up the difference, but there's green, bright green, lime, and one dark tan one because I ran out of lime. But I figured this would just give it a little more would make it more interesting as opposed to all the same color leaves, which I tried first. But I'm pretty happy with this, and I've used this on all of the trees actually. And if you're wondering what these leaves are clipped to, it's actually one of these seaweed algae pieces, because here, as you can see, you can place them a bit at an angle, so you can create some interesting shapes and not have them all at the same height and looking in the same direction. I think this is a pretty cool building technique. I've also used the same technique for the leaves on this second design, which I also like a lot. I think this is a little bit like a budget version of the other two that I'm going to show you in a minute, but I think it looks still pretty good. And it's a little bit shorter than the others, but I think I like it. Again, on top is the algae piece again, and then this is one of these. I think they're supposed, or there used to be dinosaur tails on the bottom here for the trunk. And here at the bottom I used 2 of these Technic connectors to make it a bit taller. I think it works for this size. Any bigger than that doesn't look too good. I've tried it. But I think I'm pretty happy with this design actually, and it's very simple, but it's very easy to build and doesn't need a lot of different pieces. So I think it's a great option for a lot of people. So this is the third design that I came up with. It uses a different design for the leaves. The other ones were a bit more flat and level, and this is a bit more in all direction, making the top a lot rounder, and I think it looks very interesting. I'm going to show you the technique close up in just a second. But this is the whole thing. And it uses a upside down bush at the bottom for like dead leaves and stuff hanging down, which I think adds a nice touch. This one is in dark tan. So for the leaves on this one and the other one, I actually used this building technique, which uses a brick modified with studs on all sides, and then these minifigure flotation device rings where you can actually clip on the leaves. And this allows you to get a lot of different angles because you can go pretty much from top to bottom. As you can see here, I've some going almost straight down. Okay, that one's a little bit loose. Gotta clip that in a little bit better, but you can get a pretty nice round shape. Now here I used the ones in green, which are a lot more expensive than, let's say, the black or the brown ones, but I happen to have some of these laying around. And I think this looks pretty good. For the trunk on this one, I actually used these 1x1 cones and flipped them upside down, and in the center there's a, not sure if you can see it, there's a flex tube. So these are not actually connected by the studs here, but with a flex tube, and by not connecting them with the studs, it allows them to be at a little bit of a curve, which I think is a lot more interesting than if it would just go straight up. And yeah, this is the budget the budget technique for the last one that I'm going to show you, but I think it looks pretty good. Maybe the trunk is a little bit thin, but overall I really like it. And this is the last design. Again, it's using these flotation devices on the top to clip the leaves on. I'm using a normal tan bush in this one because I only had one dark tan, but I think that I like the dark tan a little bit better in contrast with the sand, which is also in bright tan. And for the trunk, this one uses the official palm tree pieces from, yeah, these are a couple of years old, but I think they're still pretty cool. So these are pretty flexible. You can move them however you like. You can make it straight, you can make it really at a big angle. And these are a bit thicker than the cone pieces that I used for the other one. And I think I like this a little bit more. What I don't like about this one is the bottom piece that you actually use to connect it to a plate, but I have an idea how that could work, hopefully a bit differently. So now that I've shown you all the different designs, if you like, quickly pause the video and let me know in the comments which one you like the most before I reveal my favorite. So last chance to write a comment. Now I'm gonna tell you which one my favorite is. So I think my personal favorite is the one on the right. It is not the most budget friendly of all, but I think it actually looks the best. I think the trunk on this one is a little bit thicker, so that looks better than this one is just a little bit thin. It would work, I guess, but since I already have a bunch of these pieces, I might as well use these. And I think the top on these is just more interesting because it's rounder than this, which is mostly flat. So I think this one over here is actually the coolest of the four, in my opinion, of course. The only thing that I would change is, as I mentioned, the bush here. I would swap the tan one for a dark tan one, and yeah, of course I can work a little bit on the leaf configuration at the top, but other than that, I am very happy with these. And I think these will be the ones finding their way onto my beach. I'm very curious to see what you think about my designs. I'm currently making the beach a little bit bigger, as I mentioned in the city tour. And once that's done, I will be actually placing the palm trees. I think I'm going to be placing these, as I said, but if you have any feedback or improvements, or if you actually prefer another type, let me know in the comments, and maybe I will still change my mind. We will see about that in the video, as I mentioned. As always, thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked the video. Please give me a thumbs up if you did, and I'm looking forward to your comments, of course. Any feedback is appreciated. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss any future videos, and hopefully see you on the next one.